ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Path of Nostalgia. This video we're looking at What a Mess. So what a mess. First and foremost, this is quite an interesting type of one because there's different variations of this character and television adaptations this is. So first and foremost, I'll give you a little introduction of what a mess is. So what a mess is basically an Afghan hound following the adventures of this dog, Afghan hound, like I mentioned, and it causes chaos and other stuff. It's very similar to other stuff that we've seen before, you know, i.e. Monty, i.e. Anything, you know, all these other stuff. And this is written by a guy called Frank Moore. Frank Moore was like big into BBC Radio. He was part of London Weekend Television. And I think he was the assistant head of BBC's Light Entertainment, I think, during the mid-late 60s, if I'm right. And he was a host in something called TV Heaven in 1992 for Channel 4. And he sadly passed away in like late 1998, if I can remember that. Yeah, and he written these books, he did, so to do with the adventures of this puppy. There was 3 different versions, like I mentioned. There was there's an anime version, I think, that Oliver Postgate have done, or something. I think it was a small film. I can't remember. It was from the late 70s. Then there's a second version, which this video is based upon, which is the 1999 ones, which are done by Birmingham Films, which were broadcast for Central Independent Television. Now, Birmingham Films, they did the Top Tim adaptations in the 80s, in the mid 80s. So it seems quite significant and seems wise to do this version, I would say. Also, because I was quite a little bit familiar with some video releases at the time. And then there was another one that was done by the animation company Deke in the mid-90s, 95, I believe. Yes, so anyway, I'm talking about the Benfield 99 version. Okay, so this television series is based on a couple of books, of course. It's 13 episodes, so it's only one series, if you can count it, because you had the other version. So do you think it's sort of like it's a reboot, retread of other stories that they've done before? You know, with different titling and stuff like that, you know. And yeah, it's okay. I do have to admit, the animation's not pretty bad. It's not bad. I mean, the Bevanfield Films animation style is okay. I mean, the ones that they did for Top Sin Team is perfectly fine. It's significant and quite memorable for me, because I remember watching an episode years ago, very long time ago. With What a Mess, it's the similar trend it is. It sort of follows from going on. One thing that does bother me is the narration. I don't think the narration is quite as good as I think. I mean, some people... Now, I've heard people... if you watch this on YouTube, people actually consider this is like one of the worst redones of What a Mess. I've heard people like say... No, I've read people's comments on the particular videos that they put them on, and they said, you know, the American version, the Deke version is actually better with a narrator with an American accent than an actual British one, apparently. And the so I think it's like it depends on the narrator with its energy. I think more on that's later down the line with others, you know, with narrators full of energy and sort of things. You know, you get where I'm coming from on this one. So yeah, I do believe that, but. Have saying that, I do have to admit that it's not the best sort of looking cartoon, I would say, or animation, as we call it, animated series. You know, I think people sort of agree with it. I'd say it's quite one of the weakest adaptations from a book series, if you know what I mean, compared to the late 70s version. I think the late 70s version has more of a similar style to the Perishers TV show, I think. You know, and then you got Deke, which is sort of high profile American Canadian type style, which is sort of more fluid and more better. To this one, I can really understand their problems with this version. I can see, but it's okay. It's sort of middle ground. It's nothing harmless or anything like that. It's just fine. I do have to admit that the tiles is a bit, bit iffy, but time sequence and music's a bit iffy, but it's okay. And narration, yeah, I can really see that. I mean, I think I think if you're younger, if you're a child, if you're a 3 or 4 child in 1990, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. It does push. It does push you. You get a VHS from you get a VHS or something of it from Malmus or wherever you get this from. And you watch it and think you enjoy it. That's about it. That's all I could say about what a mess. Maybe read the books first, I would say, and maybe give this a go. Also, or look at the other versions or so. It's pretty alright. Nothing memorable for me, but it's done by the same company that did Top Symptom, so I thought, yeah, why not? I'm throwing a bone here. That came out wrong. That's quite like an in joke that is, but it's not gonna work. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.